take a walk on the woo-woo side with me. My name is Michelle Douglas and I'm an intuitive healer, coach and soul regression therapist. I help people to create health, wellness and prosperity in their lives through a process of clearing harmful or restrictive energies or beliefs. My ultimate goal is to empower you to create the life that you desire. For more information, visit findmysparkle.com. Why, hello there, it's Michelle here, talking to you today about Lesson 12 of A Course in Miracles, and this one is called I Am Upset Because I See a Meaningless World. So this particular lesson, according to Pam Grout, could be called I Get Whatever I Focus On, which is much easier to get my head around than I am upset because I see a meaningless world. Like, what does that mean? So we're reminded that we apply meaning to a situation which in reality is actually meaningless. So we're creating what we focus on instead. The Course suggests we look around us and repeat words similar to this, such as, I think I see a fearful world, a dangerous world, a hostile world, a sad world, a wicked world, or a crazy world, and replace those words with your own. But I am upset because I see a meaningless world. So what this is saying is that we're applying meaning such as fearful, dangerous, hostile, and so on, but that upsets us because what we're actually looking at is meaningless. And thanks to where our focus is, that's what we're creating. Oh boy, okay. So let's apply this to a specific situation. Let's say you're single and using the exercise that I've just covered. And you could start off with, I think I see a world without any decent single men who are open to commitment. Sound familiar for some of you, I'm sure. So because you're focused on this belief, which is the meaning you have applied to your current situation, that there are no decent single men who are open to commitment, that's exactly what you've created for yourself. And now you're upset because that's your made up reality. And it actually has become your physical reality, right? So I can hear all of the amazing and beautiful single women around the world protesting at me right now. And I want you to know that once upon a time, I was actually in your shoes and it was a frustrating place to be. But there is a way out. So what if you decided to shift the meaning you've applied to your situation? What if there are many decent single men out there who are open to commitment, but you've just not met him yet? Or maybe he's riding a snail and so he's taking longer than expected to get to you. Or maybe the perfect man for you is out there, but he's currently working on himself so he can be the best man he can be when you finally meet. This last example is exactly what I ended up with. So my beautiful husband had been through hell. He'd taken 6 years to work through the trauma of his former marriage and getting himself back before he felt ready to date again. So only a few weeks before we met that he actually decided that he was ready to date again. And then, our meeting was set up by his ex-wife, which is a long story, but I've always had this feeling we'd meet in a weird way. And the rest is history. Like as of today, it's been 6 years since our first date and we're now very happily married and, sharing our lives together. So he's not here yet. And that's fair enough. I know that's frustrating. So what do you do in the meantime to shift that reality from there are no decent men, right? So what do you do? So here's some suggestions, and I did all of these, so that's why I'm sharing them. So the first thing to do is write down a high-level relationship goal in present tense. Doesn't have to be overly specific, it just needs to be written down. So I wrote, personally, I am in a loving relationship with the perfect man for me. I read it back to myself, reminded myself of this is going to happen one day, and I read it once a day, and in between times, I let it go. I just knew he was coming. So make a commitment to nurture your relationships as well, or your friendships, I should say. Catch up with the girls, chat to friends you've not seen in a while, connect with those that you love. So really spend some time nurturing those current friendships and relationships that you have with friends and family. Another one is to take care of your health. Exercise regularly. Commit to cleaning up your eating habits. You want to be in the best shape of your life when this fella finally appears, right? Number 4 is to be open to dating anyone that does not repulse or scare you. And I cannot stress enough, you've got to trust your gut. If you've ever worked with me before, I show you ways in which you can actually tune into your subconscious to get a yes/no answer, whether something is going to be okay or not for you. I might actually do a video on that at some point. But you're not using dating as a hunting ground. It's a training ground. Okay. So when you go on dates in public places only, especially for a first date, do so with the intention of learning something interesting about the person you are dating or on the date with. Your intentions should not go beyond that. Never wonder if this is the love of your life and start to visualize your walk down the aisle. Stay present and focus on learning something interesting. That's it. And remember, safety first, right? And the fifth one, work on coming to a place of forgiveness for every single ex you've ever had, anyone that's treated you badly, doesn't matter who, just try to come to a place of forgiveness. Now, this can be tough, especially if the person involved was an asshole, but you will benefit greatly in looking for the lessons that they taught you. If somebody was in your life to show you what you don't want, then that's a wonderful lesson and it will help you to avoid people like that in the future. So no matter how small these lessons are, they helped you to become the person that you are now. And if you allow the bitterness of your past hurts to stay, you will not attract what you want. And this is really important. You need to be the person who the guy that you want would love to be with and spend time with, right? So I'll leave you with this little list. It's a fraction of what you can do to get what you focus on, as Pam said, but they're a start. And it isn't about running the marathon in 5 minutes either. It's about building up your focus fitness to a point where you now truly believe that what you want is coming to you and you no longer see the world as dark or scary. So that'll be it for me today, but hopefully it all makes sense. And if not, just keep listening because we're going to be doing more and more.